Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're here for another episode of the weekly Ultimate No Prep Challenge. Back again after a short little break. So happy to be back in the saddle again. Huge thank you to Dom or Bleak Nick for holding things down the last episode. Really cool game. It was a heroic cyberpunk game. And I'm Uriah. I've been here since the beginning. You all know me. We got some new faces. This is a special episode of the weekly Ultimate No Prep Challenge because for the first time ever, we are allowing players to opt out of needing to GM. So this is sort of I joke, it's the junior version of the weekly Ultimate No Prep Challenge, but we give them the option so that they actually get to participate. So that everyone's happy and everyone's satisfied, right? So introducing, we got new faces. So Jacob, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Jacob. I'm really excited to be here. Just looking to get more practice in and play some new characters. So I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Heck yeah. Underneath him, returning face, been putting in work, been grinding it out in the 4D land. Chris, how's it going, buddy?
It's going great. I love the 4D aesthetic. I love the 4D style of play. So I'm here to play some more. I always try my hardest to get into a lot of different games. So here we go.
He has been. I am super excited to see how y'all's session tomorrow. Y'all are playing Common Enemy tomorrow, right?
Yes, that is correct. And we're going to do a PvP centric episode. So that's going to be really cool.
That'll be cool. I'm still catching up on the the second session y'all did.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool to sort of fill myself in on that and then see how it goes. But and finally, last but certainly not least, a familiar face on the I don't know, I don't think I made that public, but
Unlisted.
Yes, I've played with this guy before. I actually did his training session for the whole 4D shebang. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Galeguy, but you can call me Gale. I've been gaming for about 5 years, but pretty new to the whole 3D, 4D thing. Overall, I'm just excited to really bite in.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Got some people popping in. Bacon, friend of the channel, listening in while I do some writing. Right away, my friend. Right away. Cool. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into some role-playing goodness. In new fashion, we're going to roll backwards this time. So we're going to start with the tone. Let's say Jacob, do you want to go ahead and roll us a D8, please, to come up with a tone?
Yep. Let's see here. Miscellaneous. Down.
Is it a 4?
That is a 4.
Dramatic.
All right.
Playing a dramatic game. All right.
Dramatic.
Chris, do you want to roll a D20 for us?
Of course. Let's do it. 13.
Modern
fantasy. Ooh,
dramatic modern fantasy. Gail, do you did you get Sophie's dice set up?
I did get Sophie's dice set up. I do not know how to integrate it with Streamlabs though, or Streamlabs.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That part out.
Okay. Another question: do you have OBS?
I do have OBS.
Do you have OBS virtual camera?
I was in the middle of. I didn't figure out how to do one with the background blur. I don't know if that's a default supported feature.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll chat. We'll get that squared away. We'll get that figured out.
Okay.
But so I will go ahead and roll a D4 to see who's going to be GM in this puppy. Let's say odds, it's me. Evens, it is you, Chris. Is that cool? Where's my
awesome? Yeah. Fantastic.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna actually go back to my regular D&D dice. All right, D4 odds, me. Evens, Chris. There's an S, but that's supposed to be a 4. It's Shauner dice.
Shauner dice. Okay. Yeah. Ooh,
Modern fantasy dramatic.
dramatic modern fantasy. Cool.
What are some good examples of, like, I'm trying to think of like modern fantasy, I guess.
There
know,
was
I think
there
Harry
was
Potter
Bright.
is the traditional example.
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
Harry Potter. There's all the modern technology,
Yeah.
cars, telephones, but there's also magic.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like stuff
you
like
can-
American Gods or something too, or like
Yeah.
It could be kind of like supernatural, where there's
yeah, a lot
sort
of
of
supernatural.
fantasy, sort
Yeah.
of fantasy races. You could even get more esoteric, if that's the right word, with it. Doing something like Twin Peaks, where
Oh,
it's a
that's
little
cool.
bit,
Yeah.
it's a little bit more, not necessarily ghouls and goblins and all that sort of stuff, but there's definitely something happening, like something weird is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So yeah, let me try to like delineate two different things. One is that there's like a masquerade aspect, or there's like a hidden world.
Sure. Yeah.
And then another way of doing it is just like the world is like really weird, where it's like there was that movie, Will Smith movie, Bright, where it was
yeah.
like LA is full of orcs and fairies and stuff like that. And like and the other one is just like the world seems normal, but actually there's secret fantasy stuff happening.
Sure.
So let's see. Which one do we want to run?
I do personally. I like the magic is out in the open approach, but it takes a lot more world building. It's pretty easy to say the world as you know it is normal, but there's a secret magic club.
Sure.
No one talks about.
Yeah. I think I agree, where it's kind of like I can't do like an opening scroll on the screen. It's like in 1992 the portal to the orc dimension opened.
Just the Star Wars
so yeah, I think we will do like a hidden world sort of masquerade type idea, where it's like
I think that'll lend
there's
itself,
a magical world.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that'll lend itself more also to the dramatic aspect, just because my first thought goes to something with vampires, because I think that's a really great way to kind of toe the line of modern fantasy, and of course sort of that hidden coterie of ghouls, that kind of vibe. Cool. So so I guess we would have to kind of establish how our characters would be involved in that. Are we involved in the hidden coterie of whatchamacallit, or are we the ones who are sort of like, do we want to go with more like a supernatural style thing? Maybe take it a little bit more seriously, not necessarily inject the comedy, but make it more of like we're hunting vampires or werewolves, sort of these mythological fantasy creatures.
The question I would have is: are we on the inside, or are we on the outside looking in, or are we on the inside?
I kind of like being on the outside, like kind of like Hunters, where you're on the outside, you're kind of aware of it, but it's kind of an enigma.
We could go kind of a Blade direction, where we are the weapon against ourselves, if that makes any sense.
Classic.
What do you mean?
Like you're like being a vampire, or
well, I mean, just, being the thing that we're supposed to be hunting, if that makes sense. So
that's cool.
Like if we're affected by a particular, say we're, let's just use like werewolves for example. We're affected with lycanthropy, and we're out there hunting other werewolves or something like that. Vampires, that's another good. Honestly, that'd probably be a better option as far as coming up with a sort of like a built-in understanding of world lore, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I guess kind of like a lot of the ideas behind like the idea of like you are vampires hunting vampires is pretty cool. but I would prefer it to not be vampires, just because vampires are like very specific, like
Sure.
undead.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
can you guys be like wizards hunting wizards, or like
The-
some other thingy hunting with something? So I don't know much about Mage the Ascension, but I read like a notepad about it. So it's like,
Yeah.
but my understanding is that is part of the premise, is that you are a magic person and like you're protecting the real world from other magic people.
Gotcha.
The premise of the Dresden Files is like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say the premise of Constantine, but they're
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's another
they're
really
street
good
magicians.
example. That's another really good example. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the
Constantine.
idea of either us fighting like either like demons or like some entity like that, I guess, or other
Okay.
wizards or sorcerers would be cool too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that's
to
good.
kind of harp on the demons idea, that would sort of give us almost like maybe not Hellboyish, but this, each of us have like a different what's the word I'm looking for? Different specialty that we, one of us is really good with blessed daggers or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of us has the gun that shoots holy water,
Yeah.
Okay.
kind of take it in that sort of direction.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
I like that, where we are hunting demons. You
Yeah.
guys are hunting demons, and you kind of like have holy magic or like whatever kind of magic that makes sense for you. Any objections to that?
So you're saying
you're
saying that we're going to use magic?
I think it makes sense that you guys are. Well, actually, let me re-specify. You guys are aware of magic.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're aware of demons and you're aware of magic. So I don't want to have like an entire session where it's like, oh, there's a thing. You guys are surprised by it the whole session. Like, I don't want to do that.
No
You guys know about demons. You guys know about magic. I guess if you want to, you can be a character that doesn't use magic, but you are
sure. Well, I like the sort of drama that gets injected when you have one person that does use magic. Or what if we say that magic is super volatile?
Yeah.
And anytime that you use it, there is a potential for negative outcomes.
Okay.
So using it, so maybe one of our characters is really skilled in it.
Yeah.
So even if there is a failure, he's able to sort of pull that back. And stop it before it gets bad.
Okay. Yeah.
And while all the rest of us, sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but the rest of us are sort of are kind of sort of iffy about it all, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Who wants to be a magic guy versus a shotgun guy, I suppose? Magic guy versus shotgun guy.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite sentence.
I lean more towards shotgun and salt guy. But...
Okay. All right. So Jacob, you want to be a kind of like a non-magic guy.
Yeah. I want to be like, I kind of envision myself wanting to specialize more in like warding or like, protection using like existing elements that, things like salt or like, things from different traditions and stuff like that.
All right. So drawing like salt circles and
or like, like protective like notes or whatever that have some sort of like mantra in them or something like that,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are willing to use magical artifacts, but you're not like a wizard spell.
Yeah, I'm not willing to like channel it though. Like actively, I'm using more so like almost like built-in wards, I guess. But that's how I'd imagine it.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Gail, how do you feel about it?
I like that. I'm trying to get in the mindset of like sort of that Hellboy mindset.
Yeah.
Where you can take a reliquary with you with a saint's pinky, and that will do good things for you. Will protect you, even though it seems strange and mystical.
Gotcha.
So,
okay. So are you thinking? I take it that I'll be kind of the magic guy. Is that?
If you want to do that, the theme of kind of like magic guy versus non-magic guy.
Sure.
Like you could all be magic guys, or you could all be shotgun guys.
Right.
I think it just the question is like a little bit. The nature of magic becomes a little bit more relevant if you're a magic guy.
I like the idea of my guy being like kind of weak, but because he spent so much time focusing on learning the arcane arts.
Okay, cool. So is magic like demon magic, or is it like all sorts of types of magic? Or
I think it
holy
needs to be demon magic. I think it has to be that sort of, you're well, it could
Well, are we thinking like demons too, like in like a Western sense, or like more of like a broader sense too, Because
I was gonna stick to kind of like Western style demons.
Yeah.
Like
cool.
we could go like Japanese commies
Yeah.
and stuff like that,
Onis,
but,
and
yeah, but like I can't do that stuff off the top
No.
of my head.
No,
So,
for
that's for another day.
yeah. Okay, so Uriah is a magic guy. Jacob and Gale. You both kind of like have some limited access to artifacts or thingies that give you powers.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a guy who collects a lot of like magic adjacent talismans and knickknacks and doodads, but doesn't do any of the channeling. That's not his business.
Sure.
Okay.
With that in mind, I think I'll probably then go. I kind of want to lean more into then like shotgun, but using like I got the salt, I got my cross, I got my I got my wards.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll lean harder into that.
So let me ideate for a little bit. Why don't you guys talk about your characters or your character concepts, if any?
Cool. So yeah, my guy is sort of I imagine he's kind of like this older, lithe gentleman. What was the name of the doctor from Outlast? Okay, nobody played Outlast.
I don't know. Not familiar with that.
Played that a long time ago.
Yeah. But if you've seen him, I'm sort of picturing that kind of tortured. He's balding on top, got the sort of longer white hair, sort of kind of scarred all over his body, that sort of thing. And he's almost kind of like a caged dog that they only bring out for the important missions, that sort of thing. I think something like that would be kind of cool. He's got to have some kind of corny Amish name.
You taking suggestions or just thinking?
I'm thinking. If you got something, I'll hear it.
Something like Jeddah.
Jeddah? I was thinking, yeah. It's well, my first thought was like Jebediah or some other Adiah, Josiah. Jedediah. No. I'm gonna go Josiah Kane with a K. No, I like Caine. All right. He has 2 strikes. He is going to die.
I'm going to go just kind of rip straight from kind of like a Dean archetype from Supernatural then, but with like a little bit more maybe like rural accent to him too, though, of like, let's say probably came from like coming down from like Alaska, after maybe worked on like a fishing boat for a while. Yeah, had a rough encounter there, kind of turned him on to the hunting life,
Totally. What you thinking, Gale?
I'm thinking so I'm thinking of the image that I have is like the witch doctor from The Princess and the Frog.
Okay.
Where very ornate, very covered in baubles and jangles. And I'm imagining someone who was a con man until he realized that magic was real.
Yeah.
And then he had bigger problems.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
I dig that a lot.
Awesome.
That's really fun. So we've mentioned the Dresden Files. I'm unfamiliar with that series. Is it a book series?
A book series. Pretty long book series. Bacon shouts it out in the live stream chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard there's RPGs.
Seriously,
for it too.
Interesting. Alrighty. I'll go ahead and sort of preload some spells for myself. I'll do Protective Ward. Gives me +10 to defend. I'll do. Oops. Do like a. Oops. Do like a basic magic strike, like sort of magic missile, or like a force pushback sort of thing.
Alrighty. Okay, I think I've got a good kind of like location idea. So the premise of what you guys are doing is there is a large shopping center that has been opened, and you know, as kind of like branding and commercialism has advanced, there's been like a lot of ideas, which is like, I want to have like an edgy, cool goth like shopping center. Like I want to do Hot Topic. I want to appeal to this kind of branding.
Sure. Yeah.
So that has advanced to the point where actually this shopping center is devil themed or like hell themed. So it's got kind of like the mascot is a funny kind of like red-faced guy with a pitchfork.
Yeah.
So what's happened is this sort of sacrilege has weakened the bounds between realities. So this is something that you guys have detected somehow, but you know that this place has to be shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So it is currently like the opening afternoon. So everyone is kind of like walking around this hell-themed like shopping center. And you guys pull up.
Sweet.
So that is the kind of like the premise.
Yeah.
Is that this kind of like hell-themed shopping center, by being so sacrilegious, has weakened the boundaries between itself and actual hell. So yeah.
You come up with like some of the coolest ideas. Just I don't know how your brain. So like this is kind of a total aside, but one of the first games we played was that Sky Pirate game.
Yeah.
The steampunk game, and your guy was so emphatic, was so evocative. Like I'll never forget you you describe your guy walking out and he's eating something and he reveals he has a jar of olives from the old times. I'm like, where does he come up with this stuff, dude?
Yeah,
so sick.
So, actually, I did comedy improv for like 5 years. I want to get back into it. So a lot of what you learn in doing long form improv is that like you walk out and you establish your character really quickly, which is like you have like some sort of idea, some sort of gimmick, and you express that physically. So like a lot of it is kind of like pulling from that, which is like you want to have a very clear idea and you want to communicate that clear idea really quickly. So, and it doesn't have to be a complex idea is the idea. So that's I feel like that's kind of like one way I do it is I really focus on what's my 1 second gimmick that I can do that kind of like establishes my character. My character's casual. He's eating something. So there you go.
Gotcha. That's dope.
Yeah, thank
Look
you.
it up.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
In terms of equipment, you guys have like the normal equipment.
Sure. Phone, wallet, keys, pistol.
Yeah, that stuff. Magical stuff. That's
Yeah,
appropriate.
silver knife. Yep.
Yeah, it's just sort of kind of assumed whatever makes sense to have on your person.
Yeah.
I have taken a couple spells for myself. So 2 of them are basic difficulty, so no modifier to my will roll.
Mhm.
One of them, the target number is adjusted to be 40 or below. And that spell is to command a creature. So like if we run into a demon, I force it to follow me for a time.
Okay. Sorry, say again. The spell is like
Command
L?
creature. Just
creature.
command. I just basically tell it what to do, and you kind of have the play as far as like how long it takes before it quits. You know.
Yeah. Let's see.
Does your guy have a name, Gale?
Excuse me one moment.
You're good, brother.
I'm working on it. There we go.
Nice.
I'm trying to hammer on these stats. I'm always very, very methodical and slow when it comes to making characters.
Jacob, what are the stats on your guy looking like?
So I'm body, I feel like 50, young, spry. Then social, I did do 60 for that. Trying to base off like charisma.
Sure.
Then my will and intellect are low. I'm 20, ingenuity 20.
Cool.
And then wear 50, finesse 40.
Cool.
I think I might swap this actually, but
yeah, man. And just sort of to reiterate, specializations, those don't have to be listed out. If your guy is good at something, you add plus 20 to your target number, so you widen that threshold.
Okay.
How many specializations?
3 to 5. It's just kind of an as it comes sort of thing. I have it written down that way just so that there is a number for it.
Now that I have the designer, can you stack multiple specializations on one skill?
You can. So you can have multiple specializations that would apply to one skill. So for example, like hand-to-hand combat and sword fighting for melee, but you really can't, like, it's not, you're not stacking, you're not going to get a plus 40 in sword fighting. Does that make sense?
Okay. So a skill or specialization is you choose something, you choose like a domain that you're good at, and then when that domain comes up, you add that to the relevant role.
Yeah, you apply that plus 20 bonus to the relevant role, or to the relevant skill target number.
Okay. Thank you. That's helpful.
Yeah, buddy. Cool.
So specializations would be like one of them I made like chef's scent, like I can smell sulfur and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be fine, man. That's cool. Yeah, but I mean, with it being no prep and it's a little bit more loosey goosey, you can kind of just whatever your character would be good at. Like as long as you're not being a Mary Sue, you're good, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's good at everything? What? Cool. Chris, how are you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, I think I've got enough. Yeah, I think I'm ready to go.
Cool. Everybody else ready? Sweet. So Chris will kind of kick us off, give us a little bit of the lay of the land, and then we'll run with it.
All right. The hatchback bearing the three of you is parked in a shadowed parking garage. It's 4:33 p.m. You are adjacent to the Pandemonium Shopping Center, open today by Cerberus Capital Management. You know what that means. The car is shifted into park, and the three of you are sitting there.
Turning off the ignition. Black Sabbath stops playing. Well, Josiah, I think this is it. You guys ready? I gotta grab some gear out the back.
I close a heavy tome, set it off to one side. I believe so. Slowly lurching forward, reaching for the door handle.
I shift uncomfortably in my seat. Long legs. I reach with bony fingers to my handle. Let's go.
Going out back, I open up the back and look around, grab my silver knife, put it inside my jacket, and ready.
The wind begins to pick up, tousling your hair. You can smell a distinct scent of rotted eggs on the air.
Smells like sulfur.
I throw on a heavy, long black trench coat, leather, and it covers the rosaries that I have tied around both wrists, scarred hands, rub across my scarred face. Hermes, there's no time to waste.
I look over. I pull out from my sort of a purple suit jacket. I pull out some kind of implement on a chain and I swing it. Yes, this would be the place.
Looking around.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Looking around the parking garage. You guys want to take the stairs or the elevator?
Look over to Hermes. I will not speak for the others, but I think I prefer the elevator. Creaking in my knees as I sort of start to hobble over.
I look up into the sky and squint. It is an okay time for elevators. I follow after Josiah.
Slow, methodical pace, pressing towards the elevator shaft. Click the button.
After a few moments, the parking garage elevator comes to a stop, opens. You can see that several bags of groceries still are resting within the elevator.
Come now. Enoch, do you have all of your things?
Got salt. I got my knife. I straighten up my jacket. Yeah. Thanks for looking after me. I know. I'm ready. And I take a step into the elevator. Hermes, what do you think's up with these groceries here?
I look as if it's the first time I've seen them. Nothing comes to mind.
I don't want to start jumping to conclusions here, but I won't think too much into it, huh?
Do you smell egg?
That's not egg, my friend. At least I don't think so.
I squat down, slipping a smaller leather tome inside of my jacket, fiddling through one of the bags with my other offhand, pull out some of the items from within one of the bags. Well, if they are eggs, pop open a dozen. It's not these ones. Close. Click the main floor button on the elevator.
Josiah, as you place down the groceries that have been investigated, from beneath the loaf of bread inside the bag, a large black beetle suddenly crawls on top. It's joined by two others that then quickly hide beneath the loaf of bread.
Quickly snap to my feet, sort of scared by these sudden crawling creatures. It appears these groceries have sat here for some time. Bugs already starting to get to it. I press the button a couple more times.
I fumble around and I pull out a silver watch. No. I lift up the bag and search for the beetles.
The beetles tumble to the bottom of the bag. The bag is transparent, so you can see them clearly. They are huge, reminiscent of those found in Egypt or the Middle East. Gigantic black scarab beetles.
I hold the bag and I look and my hand freezes.
The beetles strain against the bag, but do not pierce it.
What are we doing fiddling around with these bugs here? I mean, I'm not scared of me. Those put them down, I'll squash them. I go to the elevator, keep pressing the button. I'm trying to get up here.
I take the bag from Hermes, set it down, reach in, and I pull out one of the beetles, sort of cupping it in my hand. This is an omen. A dark portent.
The beetle helplessly
Agreed.
struggles against your grip. The elevator, you hear the gong sound as the elevator reaches the bottom floor and the doors open, revealing the entrance to the shopping mall. The interior white light appears normal, just like every other type of shopping mall, but a large cartoon devil holding a pitchfork is emblazoned on the right side with an inviting smile.
The bug still in my hand, my grip loosens, nearly having almost crushed it. I stick it in my pocket.
Hermes recoils visibly. No. Do crush that.
It may come in handy later.
If you insist, Josiah.
Holding my hand into the elevator. All right, you two, come on. We got to get going out of here. We're gonna make a scene though. Let's get going here. Let's step out into the food court.
I continue in.
I
Follow.
gingerly step out of the elevator and fluff my coat.
Contrasting with the cold October air, there it seems that this shopping center is uncomfortably warm in the 85 to 87 degrees Fahrenheit. you can hear blowers and ductwork above you working overtime. The scene is somewhat strange. Three people carrying bags of groceries hurriedly walk through the food court. There is kind of fear and concern on their faces. It's a family of a man and wife and their young daughter. They are hurriedly walking. The mother pulls the child along.
Enoch, keep an eye on them. Hermes, watch their backs. I think something's following them.
Nodding towards Josiah and looking out over the stand where the map of the mall is, I kind of eye the family and I look around. The place is starting to look a little fishy, though. I mean, I'm starting to break a sweat in this jacket, but look at these people walking, milling around about. Besides that family, there's all sorts of folks here that they ain't dressed for the weather. Something's not right here, Josiah.
It certainly fits with the theme. A single bead of sweat dripping down my forehead. I look over to Hermes. What do you think?
I look over at the people, not dressed for the winter weather. I pull out my swinging amulet again. Something is wrong. Of that we can be sure.
Well, I think if anything, it's probably something to do with that guy up there. I point towards the sign that the devil.
I follow his pointing. Doesn't it always?
Indeed. I turn to one side, looking at the various offerings in the food court. I turn to see the other diners enjoying their incredibly spicy food and bitter, acrid tasting treats, cotton candy made with pepper extract.
The food court has several fast foodish type fares. You've got chili, you've got cotton candy, you've got hot dogs. Rather oddly, it appears that the hot dog, the cotton candy stands no longer have staff working in them, yet they remain open. You can see that a second family, this is a man, wife, and two kids, are hurriedly scooping chili into their mouths. The first couple pushes by your group and exits out the door. Enoch, before the on the map, you can see that the first floor consists of a food court and a grocery section. The second floor, fashion. Third, electronics, and the top is the arcade.
I walk over to the map, searching for a maintenance section. Any sort of employees only?
Yes.
Success.
The map was originally intended for customers to find places, but you can tell from the outline that there is a maintenance tunnel or a maintenance area on this floor behind the food court area through a security door, and there is a stairwell upwards, and that goes throughout all the floors.
If you're looking at Josiah,
Looking for an individual who works at this place. See if anything strange has been going on.
I think so. That's a good idea. I think looking around, taking in some of the stalls and some of the families hurrying about. Some of these families. Look at that family over there getting that cotton candy stand. There's people out here gorging, but there's no one working there.
Certainly doesn't seem to be self-service.
Might
Hermes.
warrant a little check. Maybe get ourselves a treat too.
Hermes, are you feeling hungry, my friend?
I'll humor you.
I gestured to the court. Take your pick.
I say, come on, let me treat you guys to some cotton candy. Follow me. And I start walking towards that direction, looking about it, seeing what people are generally eating here and any other stands that might not be employed.
All right. A man in a camo vest and a teenage girl in a pink dress are grabbing, are reaching over the counter at the cotton candy stand and pulling a stick of cotton candy that seems it was previously prepared. The man in the camo vest laughs and says, "Let's get the hell out of here," and turns away, meeting your eye for a moment.
Hey, bud, no such thing as a free lunch. You're gonna pay for that, or?
Now there's some sort of commotion up there, and a lot of the staff left. So, I mean, I'm a paying customer. It's like I bought something earlier, so I'm just gonna take some of the free stuff. It's probably gonna be lost at the end of the night anyway. So, who's it harming?
Your soul. You spoke of a disturbance on the upper floors. Which floor specifically?
Yeah, there was some kind of like some I don't know, some gang thing. Like there are some kids in the arcade and they were like beating each other up or something like that. Like I don't know what the hell happened, but that's where a lot of the security went up there. And I don't know. I have no idea why the staff would leave, but anyway, I'm out of here. I don't want to stick around.
Oh. All right, pal. I'm not going to stop you right now, but between you and your maker.
Who believes in that shit anyway? He walks to the door with his teenage daughter in tow.
Can you believe these kids these days?
Gets worse every year.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Shall we take the stairs or the elevator? As I say, walking towards the elevator.
I think elevator is the right choice here. I follow and lead behind Josiah there.
I pause and sniff the air. Pull out my divining chain. The omens are inconclusive. Enoch, what does your nose say?
I waft there, trying to gain a sense of any more of the rotten egg smell. How do you fail?
The the rotten egg smell seems around the same intensity inside the structure.
I trace some shapes onto my palm, rubbing them together. I cover my eyes, attempting to astrally project myself up to the 4th floor.
Go ahead and roll. Make a magic check.
Success.
The world melts away, and within the astral realm, things are very crowded. You can see there are a multitude of summoning circles, almost too many to count within this structure. So traveling within the astral realm presents immediate dangers to you. If you intersect with any of the summoning circles, you know what'll happen.
I come back to myself. It is worse than we thought. We must get up to that floor.
Let's hurry. Still probably quicker to take that elevator, but when we get out of there, let me bust out of there first, though.
Very well. Hermes, prepare yourself.
I snap my coat and walk briskly to the elevator. Weather worse than usual, Josiah.
This is a place of gathering for many dark forces.
I follow into the elevator, taking out a bag of salt and inside the elevator shaft. I'm pouring a line around the perimeter.
The elevator doors emblazoned with cartoon imps facing each other open up. The branding within the elevator is rather intense. You can see that there is a red pentagram painted on the floor, and there are small red flame LEDs around the ceiling. The salt you are pouring pours down the elevator shaft.
Can't tell if this is just embarrassing or we're all going to hell in such a ridiculous way, but
I whip the crosses on the end of the rosaries around my wrist. I whip them into my hands, and I begin to pray in Latin.
From beneath the elevator, through the gap in the door, there is a sudden gust of hot air, smelling strongly of smoke, sulfur.
Gentlemen, we may be in this may be a quick ride to hell if we actually stay in this thing, huh? Hermes, what's that little instrument you have say here?
Let me consult. I pull out my divining amulet.
I'm anxiously pressing the open elevator door.
It is as you wait for my response, I frown. It's 83 over 40. Not good. says nothing we don't already know. I put it away and rifle briefly through my pockets and pull out a engraved silver flintlock. I think we might know what happens next, though.
Indeed. Finishing my prayer, I press the 4-floor button. The doors close, and the elevator begins to descend.
Haltingly and shudderingly, it descends downward into some sort of basement level. The heat in the elevator chamber becomes even hotter. It seems like it's in the 90s, something like that. It's very stuffy and warm within this elevator.
Seems fitting. The place where all the fun happens is the very bottom level. Seems on brand.
A little too much. Stepping near the front of near the elevator doors. Pull out my knife.
I wrinkle my nose as the heat increases. Not what I would call fun.
The doors slide open, revealing a tremendous pile of black garbage bags. There is a rustling within the garbage bags at the noise of the elevator opening.
I poke a head out. Step out of the elevator. This certainly doesn't look like an arcade.
I step out. At least not one I've ever seen here. And I gently kick one of the bags with my boots. The rustling in it.
I watch the bag as he kicks it for any sudden movements.
A sudden movement indeed, as a demon bursts forth from beneath the garbage bags where it had been hiding. A bone devil, approximately 4 feet tall, spindly, inhuman features. It's going to slash at Enoch.
Whoa there, buddy! I jab up my silver knife towards it, trying to guard towards it. Oops. Success.
The demon's claws clatter against the silver knight, and it backs away hissing.
Hermes, look alive! I extend an arm, and a wrist crossbow ejects from my sleeve, and I aim it at the creature, firing a bolt towards it. Of course, silver-tipped. Success.
A failure.
The bolt strikes into the creature.
A disgusting stench fills the air as the black blood of this demon spills forth onto the garbage bags. From within the garbage bags themselves, now you hear a rustling. The demon still standing, begins to menacingly walk forward. Hermes.
As immediately following Josiah's cue, I bring my silver flintlock and I fire over his shoulder at the demon. Excuse me, I'm getting. That is 11 under 60. Success. The shot rings true loudly in Josiah's ear, and it catches the demon in the neck. More black bile spews.
The demon collapses and begins to disintegrate before your eyes. The black bile seeps into the garbage bags, and a swarm of scarab beetles emerges.
I quickly rush over to the black ichor left, and I swipe some in my hand. I begin to draw markings on the floor, attempting to create a protective ward on myself. Critical success. A purple glow begins to emanate on my person, and then it fades, and there's a faint gossamer glimmer around me.
I looked at Josiah. Oh my God, and I run over, trying to kick away scarabs, any that are near me, trying to stand my ground.
I walk over to Hermes. I rest a finger on his forehead, and a thin mote of that same purple energy flows into him. You can go ahead and have plus 10 to your defend for your next attack, or the next time you are attacked. Look alive. There could be more of them. There most certainly is more of them.
Regulating my breathing again. I take a look around the hallway we're at. Gauging the scenery.
Hermes?
I look to Josiah and I say, "Lively as always, Josiah." And I step back closer to the elevator to reload my flintlock.
The scarab beetles clatter against a certain radius around Josiah, and now Enoch and Hermes as well, as if bumping up against an invisible wall. Enoch, looking out amongst this level, you can see that this is a maintenance access level for the mall. To the right, there is a plaque. This one showing a more complete map than the one that was on the surface level. You can see that you're in the basement level. The first level is food court and groceries. Then it's fashion, electronics, and arcade at the top.
Have we taken a wrong turn? What do you see, Enoch?
I think we might have gone off course here, but I think we still need to get to the. Might still want to get to the arcade here, but we must move quickly. Those bags are still stirring.
An elbow slams against the up button on the elevator. Hold them off.
The elevator haltingly moves up for just a moment, but then returns back down, as if something was fighting the normal operation of the elevator.
Something strange is happening. Hermes, have you any experience with these sorts of devices, electronics, things of the sort?
Yes and yes. I rifle again through my many pockets, and I pull out a small vial of oil. Blessed machine oil. This should go. I unstopper it, and I pour some over the button housing for the elevator control. That is /6 under. It's /6 under 80. Critical success. Black smoke begins to steam out of the button housing.
The red flickering candle lights, decorative candle lights on the ceiling of the elevator go out, and the elevator begins its ascent in darkness.
As we ride up in darkness, I comment, well, it's less garish this way.
I suppose the stench of sulfur growing stronger as we continue up, now pressing the basement key on the elevator, sending us even further up. Appears the wiring was backwards.
Kneeling down, catching a break by the elevator doors. Thanks for saving me back there, guys.
Don't mention it.
It was to be.
After a few moments, the elevator doors haltingly open, revealing a maze-like room, a maze-like dark room with bright, saturated red lighting all over it. You can hear the stylized sound effects of screaming and gunfire from the arcade machines. They are flickering. Many of them are flickering on and off. Some just simply display a pure red screen.
Keep a keen eye out. In this strange locale, who knows what could be lurking in the shadows. I pull out my my small leather tome from my jacket and begin to flip through the pages, running fingers along the paper.
I take out a flask, take a little sip from it. Shall I lead?
If you wish, I say, not moving a foot, readying my flintlock.
Take the first step past the threshold.
I follow after. Sorry.
The dim beeping and stylized screaming of the arcade machines surrounds you. There is some sort of low, deep tone coming to the north. The machines are arranged in a maze-like structure. There are small alcoves lined with machines.
My eyes closed, I grab Hermes and I pull him in front of me, hand on his shoulder. Do you feel it?
As you begin to move me, I flinch, but I allow you to pull me in front of you. I'm sorry, what was that?
The humming. Do you hear the humming? Do you feel it?
I must say, not everyone is as inclined as you, Josiah. Well, 75 over 30. I do not.
I take your hand and start to move it towards my shoulder. Then follow my lead. Feeling the vibration, the low hum. I let it lead me.
Bursting forth from behind one of the arcade machines, a stumbling figure falls to Enoch's feet. It's a woman.
I've been, ma'am, it's okay. I'm here. And
Not too fast, Enoch.
What do you mean, Hermes? Josiah, get out of your trance. This woman needs our help.
My
Are
eyes
you sure that's a woman?
My eyes clear. Taking a closer look at the woman. Wait. I extend a hand forward. Reveal yourself. And I begin to mutter words in Latin, attempting to determine the true nature of the individual before us.
At the strange words Josiah utters, the woman screams. She is approximately 5'4". She's crying. She has the garb of a security guard. She's on her knees. She says, Are you with them?"
I continue the ritual.
With who? With who?
Success. Reveal yourself, demon.
Hermes.
Oh, I still with a hand on Josiah. I fumble with attempting to hold my pistol and my divining amulet at the same time, and I consult the amulet.
Josiah, your purification ritual succeeds. This woman is not tainted and is not a demon.
I come up to her and help her to her feet. Worry not, Enoch. She is human.
There's one thing I know, Josiah, is I know a woman, and I was not worried about that. But, ma'am, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here now. And I want to take that. I don't know if I'd even take that elevator, guys. But you got to get out of here.
She points with a scared finger to the north. They killed someone right on the escalator. I was hiding back here. I don't know what's going on. They were fighting, and then just, I don't know. There was so much blood.
I look to the others. There's no time to waste.
Right.
I'd nod solemnly.
Hermes, take point.
Enoch, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure thing, old man. Ma'am, tip my hat. We'll see you later. You gotta hide though, okay? Go in that elevator. Stay low. Don't talk to anyone. Turn around. Start walking towards the direction Josiah was going in trance.
Continue to feel the vibrations. I follow.
A brief gap in the red lighting of the arcade section. The top of the escalator from the previous floor, you can see white light coming from below. It illuminates a man's corpse. You can hear the loud buzzing of flies emanating from this corpse.
I look at him and I look to my partners. Dead or soon to be, do you imagine?
More than dead, I think, Hermes. Walking up closer to the body.
I scan the surroundings, looking for any other signs of life. Success.
The man's body, dressed as a security guard, is writhing with maggots throughout his entire flesh. They seem to have burrowed deep. Very unusually, his body is twitching as you approach. Josiah, over to the west, hiding behind an arcade machine, is a man in a purple robe.
I begin to approach the arcade machine, hand outstretched. Reveal yourself. Come out into the open. Who are you?
I follow behind Josiah, holding my amulet high, swinging slowly.
Drawing my attention from the security guard, I look towards Josiah and Hermes, pulling out my knife. Begin to walk gently towards them.
Simultaneously, two things happen. Silhouetted by the red arcade light, the hooded figure raises an arm, holding a twisted, curved dagger, and rushes at Josiah. Simultaneously, the guard's body begins to twitch and stand itself up, blocking the escalator downwards.
Book in hand, I raise it to attempt to block the strike. Success.
All right. Failure. The dagger drives its way into the book and is lodged there. The sharp point pointing directly at your forehead.
It slowly, him overpowering me, I fling the book to the side, wrenching the blade free. Hermes!
I sidestepping, sort of cowering as this happens in front of me. I sidestep and I fire off a shot at the man's midsection while he's engaged. Success.
Let's see. This is a critical success on defense. The cultist performs a brief roll and rolls behind a different arcade machine. A loud beeping screech emits from several of the arcade machines simultaneously. Enoch.
Looking left, seeing the man dodge, I feel a presence near me. Seeing the body of the guard rise above the escalator, I run towards it, attempting to shoulder check him down the stairs. Success.
Failure. The guard animated by the maggots tumbles and slides down the escalator, going up, blood smearing the sides. But he catches himself and is slowly being drawn up the stairs by the escalator back towards you.
I spinning around, following the direction that the purple-robed figure went. The palms gripping the crucifixes at the end of my rosaries, I bring my hands together and press out holy force towards him. A blast of holy energy to push him back, push him down. Success.
Failure.
The force of the blow knocks him off of his feet, dealing 1 strike of damage to him.
The animated guard tumbles down the escalator again, this time resting at the bottom, motionless.
Hermes!
I'm working on it. I hurriedly try to reload my cumbersome flintlock and scan my eyes around the field for both assailants and more.
Go ahead and make a check.
Okay. 51. If it is for aware, that is a failure.
You can hear laughing to your left and then your right. Throughout the arcade, you hear multiple laughs.
I make my way back towards Josiah and Hermes. I start smelling. If we can't find them, we can definitely smell them and try to smell for sulfur or stench of 37. That'd be a pass.
You can smell that the smell of sulfur gets stronger to the north. So past the escalator, deeper into the arcade.
Affixing a bolt onto my wrist crossbow again, I dive on top of the man, sort of pressing my body against him, attempting to pull his cloak off of his head. That's a failure.
The cloaked cultist momentarily revealed. You rip the cloak off of him, but he slips free and begins to weave his way between the arcade machines. You can tell that he is wearing street clothes at this point, a sweatshirt and sweatpants.
Enoch, Hermes, he's getting away.
On it. I start running towards Josiah.
I give chase as well.
Through the maze-like arcade machines, you can see that there are 2 exits, and no sign of the former cultist or the cultist. To the left, you see a maintenance door to basically the maintenance area of this floor. To the north, the path bends around. There's a sign to the north that says laser tag.
Clambering to my feet, I follow after in the direction, a limp in one of my legs. These old bones still have some fight left in them. Where did he go?
I pull out my divining amulet once again, as I had just lost his trail. Left or right? That is a success.
The divining rod is drawn strongly to the north. There is a source of great evil that causes the dividing rod to vibrate.
North. Him and maybe more.
Right then. Don't stir me wrong yet. I start taking off past these 2 old men.
I walk over to where my leather tome rests. I pick up the dagger and pry it free from the book. After you, Hermes.
Fine.
We trust your direction.
I reload my flintlock as I walk, slowly, cautiously, in front.
The north part of the arcade has 2 large double doors leading deeper into it. There is a ticket booth to your left, and a large sign that says Divine Laser Tag, choose your side. The ticket booth is the window of the ticket booth is open. There is nobody inside it. Right in front of the 2 double doors, there is a plastic cone with a sign that says temporarily closed.
I spare a glance at the empty booth. I knock on it as I walk by. Maintenance. And continue. I scan my eyes in the dim blinking laser aesthetic, a laser tag room for any motion. That is a failure by a long shot.
Within the interior of the first room of the laser tag arena is the setup room. You can see that there are racks with laser tag vests and laser tag pistols. The room is well lit with a fluorescent bulb flickering very slightly up above. You can see that there are two stylistic choices. There is spiked red laser tag vests, and there's also white laser tag vests with fluffy wings. You can see that both vests have an attached pistol for laser tag.
I press into the room, seeing the two different stylistic choices of vest. I press through the room towards the other door on the other side. You knock.
I take point behind Josiah.
I can't help but want to pick one, but
might I suggest using your own weapon of light for this fight? Bring out the big gun.
I trust you're right this time. I'll pull out grandfather's gun then. And I pull out a large revolver, open it, check and make sure it's loaded. It's still got those sanctified bullets in there. I'm going to do them right by you guys. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The doors proceeding into the arena proper, past flapping plastic sheets that separate the arena from the setup room. The heat in this room is overwhelming, 104 degrees at least. The very first thing you see in the flickering red light is directly in front of you. There is a severed human head lying on its side, its face contorted in an expression of fear.
I'm sort of taken aback. The oppressive heat demonstrating the effects on my old weathered face. Look alive. Some evil out of here. The flashing lights and the smoke machines. I look over at Hermes. Shall we split up? Try to find whatever it is that caused this thing.
I pause, not giving an answer, just looking forward uncertainly.
Enoch?
I think you might be right, Josiah. I think this is something we got to handle. I'll go.
Did you bring the holy hand grenades with you?
I wish I would have thought about that, but the idea of bringing a grenade into the mall didn't quite cross my mind.
I wish I still had mine right about now.
Do you guys have everything you need to deal with this threat?
I reach into my pocket. I come out with two small pill-sized capsules. I place one into each one of your hands. Something would have happened to you. bite down on this. It'll allow you to give one final dose of holy water in a pinch. It'll bless your saliva, spit it in the face of the creature. It won't harm him, but it'll hopefully drive him away.
Got it.
I nod and take it. Any port in a storm.
The styling of this interior of the laser tag arena, lights are flickering. You can see strobes and red beams and white beams flickering throughout the arena, impeding your vision. To the right is a image of what used to be an angel, pointing to the right, that says Angel Home Base. To the left, a devil pointing to the left with Devil Home Base. Fog intermittently fills the arena.
I roll my eyes and I bring out my divining rod and I say, begging the obvious question. And I swing the divining rod to tell me where is the evil situated. A critical fumble.
Critical fumble.
I walk over to Hermes. I place a hand on the rod. Perhaps now is a time for you to use your own senses. I try to pull it out of your hand.
I look to you, sort of frustration and disgust briefly mounting. Fine. I check the workings on my flintlock one more time.
The divining rod rattles and crackles, tossed over into the carpet of the laser tag arena. It begins to vibrate and buzz, making a tone akin to a tuning fork. At this high-pitched whine, you can hear shuffling to the right, coming from the angel base.
Curses.
The corruption is deep here, and I, walking with my revolver aimed.
Pulling out the dagger, I rub a damp rag across it, imbuing it with holy water, holding it by the blade.
I take place behind Josiah, training my pistol forward, eyes keen.
Tumbling from the rafters, a half of a human body, animated by some fell energy, lashes into Enoch.
Oops. Fail.
The teeth, jagged and filled with corrupting filth, slice into your neck, 2 hits.
Enoch. The blade makes a fing as it leaves my fingertips as I aim for the creature. Success.
Failure.
The blade hits the half of the body. Hermes, the time is now to act.
I fire off my shot, contributing next to Josiah. The black powder shot echoes in the auditorium. That is a success.
All right. The 2 attacks together further dismember the corpse, which tumbles to the ground. Its severed limbs twitching helplessly.
Throwing it off of me. Ugh! Get off of me. I'm not doing well here, guys. I'm looking around for grandfather's gun that I lost when I was tackled.
I rush over to Enoch, and I put my hand on his shoulder next to his wound, and I thought I had it in here. I pull out a reliquary with a single tiny bone in it. And I say, wear this. It should aid your healing.
You say so, Hermes.
I come to Enoch's side, resting a hand on top of Hermes as well, on his shoulder where he was bitten. I begin to mutter, praying in tongues, attempting to command divine energy in order to heal his wound. Failure.
Hermes, can you make a magic roll as well?
Sure.
I was doing DC 30.
Fail.
The hesitant, weak forces of holy magic collide with the festering wound and fail to have an effect. Enoch, you feel even in this extremely hot room, you can feel a fever begin to rise in your body.
I need you guys to take this, and on the ground, I grab grandfather's revolver. Josiah, hold on to this.
I take it from him. Oh no, you're not leaving us yet. You're still in this fight. I begin to try to lift him up to his feet.
Oh man, you can't be doing this. Just gotta let me sit by this. I'll be all right. And I keep bleeding out. Starting to wobble.
Hermes, do you have anything for him? Frantically looking around the area.
I would that I did.
Gauze, medicine, anything to staunch the bleeding.
I begin to pull random garbage out of my coat, littering it, tinkering with tinking and fluffing sounds. Here, this should do. There's an old tourniquet. It's the best I have on short notice.
I could place this on his neck. It would kill him.
It's sort of a scarf. Excuse me.
As I start wobbling more and sweating profusely, I think I know something that might help. I just need to sleep. But do you remember that? There's that prayer my grandfather used to always tell us when we'd go hunting. You could just say that. I think I'll get the rest I need right now, guys. The last of my effort, I push away Josiah and sit back on one of the arcade machines.
From standing to my feet, fighting back a tear. Of course, it wouldn't matter because it would meld with the sweat. I pull a 2-shot Derringer. I place it in his hand. If anything comes by, make some noise.
Got it, old man. Got it. I put my head down.
I look to Hermes. Let's finish this.
Agreed.
I turn around, begin to call out to the air. All right. This has just now been made personal. Reveal yourself, spawn of Satan.
At your scream, you hear a bellowing animalistic roar deep within the laser tag arena towards the devil's base.
I turn my head in that direction. I reach down to my boot and with a bit of effort loose a small close quarters knife. Now or never, Josiah.
Indeed. Holding the clunky large revolver in my hand, I press forward towards the devil's base.
The cartoonish imagery of pitchforks, cartoon red flames, and imps with bat wings flying around is emblazoned on the walls of the devil's base. As you round the bend, the scene is at once terrifying. A huge red pentagram stands on the floor. Beneath it are littered the bodies of several cultists. In the center of the pentagram, a giant hulking demon, red, sharp horns, monstrous cloven feet, stands and lets loose a bellow and begins to charge towards the two of you.
I fire without thinking another thought.
All right.
That is a 7 under 60, almost critical success.
the silvered bullet strikes the demon's shoulder.
In one hand, the crucifix attached to the rosary, cutting into my palm, causing it to bleed, as my other hand lifts the revolver and lets off a shot in tandem. Critical success. The written rule is that on a tie, one of the optional rules is if it's a tie, the person who rolled higher succeeds.
Do you mean better or higher? Sorry, we're doing rules talk, but let's just Josiah, what happens?
The bullet pierces through the demon's chest as holy water splashes and runs down his chest with the loud searing noises.
Black and red gore spills out into the pentagram. The demon roars with rage and brings a heavy fist down directly onto Josiah.
I try to slump down out of the way. Success.
Take 2 strikes and be
with
knocked prone.
With a single punch and a dull, my neck snaps and I fall down dead.
As the creature lands the punch, I instinctively take the boot knife and slash at its arm. Smallly, feebly, but 39 under 40. Success, barely.
Failure.
Failure. Damn.
No, my failure. Go ahead and describe your success.
Oh, a glancing blow with the small silver boot knife spills its ichor. It bubbles and spurts, but only a little as I backpedal.
The demon takes another step forward and lets loose a final roar and collapses. The black ichor and blood spilling forth amongst the bodies. It stops moving.
I pause, looking at it. I stab it in the eye one more time.
There's a splashing sound as the eye is pierced and destroyed. The demon does not react.
I stab it one more time on the temple. And then I pull back and I just sit. God damn it all.
The black ichor spilling forth amongst the bodies. You hear a rustling sound as beetles begin to crawl from beneath the corpses and surround Hermes. And that's where we'll end it.
Okay.
All right.
Dude. Heck yeah, man.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Thanks, guys.
So
Sorry for stepping on some turns, by the way.
No, that's great. Yeah,
I
I got my own self-criticism as well.
I'm still getting used to the turn
but-
convention, so don't mind
But
me.
it was it was really fun. I will say you guys did beat the scenario, so give yourself a gold star. But unfortunately, Hermes, you're gonna have to face the Beatles off screen.
Cool, man.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Job's done.
Yeah. You're getting out of there. You're getting out of there. I thought you were going to pick up the pistol. Did you? I stepped away for a second. I don't know if I didn't catch that very last part. Did you end up picking up the pistol, the gun?
No.
Okay.
No, you did it
Dude,
with
you don't touch
boot
another
dagger.
man's gun.
Boot dagger.
The boot. Okay, cool. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Well,
man.
yeah, that was really fun. I think that worked out great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really cool scenario you made up, though. I love
Yes. Yeah.
that. That'd be really cool.
Really evocative. I was sort of, what's the phrase? Sort of a stream of consciousness, taking some notes while we were playing, little things I just kind of noticed.
Yeah.
And that was one thing I wrote. As I wrote, love how evocative this is.
Yeah.
Your descriptions are really good. Really, the only advice, or I guess something that I would recommend is, and I know it's kind of difficult because you're kind of doing it on the fly, but try to keep them a little bit more concise. There are some times where you tend to describe a little bit too much.
Okay.
But you get into a little bit too granular of detail.
And anything in particular, like the arcade? I think I kind of like went a little heavy on the arcade.
Sure. Yeah, and that was really the primary area where I kind of noticed, like, okay, he's getting a little bit too long in the tooth there.
Mhm.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something that you kind of want to keep track of, just to kind of keep the pacing going. Because that was another thing I made note of, is the pacing for as sort of fast pace as something like this could have been.
Mhm.
There were a lot of kind of awkward pauses.
Yeah, I think the elevator, there was kind of like that was a dragging a little bit.
Sure,
because it was like a lot of decisions of like, do we get into the elevator? Okay, I'm going to press the elevator button. Now I'm waiting for the elevator. Blah blah blah. And also kind of like the interior, the first part with the parking garage.
Sure,
that was a little bit longer than I wanted to, but that was kind of like mood setting. Ooh,
right. And I do want to clarify. So I may have kind of been a hindrance on that, because the thing that I was trying to insinuate when I said I click the 4 button and it starts to go down, I was insinuating, well, of course, on theme, instead of going up to go to the better floors, you go down to go to the better floors. So it's like kind of an opposite, playing into sort of the hellish idea. And that kind of, I mean, I was trying to co-create something, so it's not, I don't really fault anyone for that. But that did kind of cause a little bit of a hiccup of like, it was just a minor misunderstanding, and we ended up remedying it, and ended up giving us an exposure to the demons that were there. So it kind of got that foot in the door.
That was kind of funny, because my idea was that the elevator was going to bring you down to the basement where there was a demon.
Oh,
so even if you whatever you put, so you had kind of like a very similar idea.
Sure.
And I was just like, oh, well, yeah, then that's
what
happens. So it was like, from my perspective, it was like, oh, okay, that, sure, yeah. It goes, it starts to go down. That was what was going to happen.
Cool,
like, So
I thought
there
I
was
thought we were
like
going to start.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I thought, like, at first when you were describing like people like in the cafeteria or whatever, the food court, I thought it was going to start getting into like 7 deadly sins, and we were going to start seeing like a lot of gluttony, and then start seeing like
cool. That'd be cool.
I was like,
yeah, that was kind of like a minor theme, like where it was like, everyone in this place loves the devil, or like they're pro devil. They went to the devil themed shopping center. I
think for thematic ramping, I think the cafeteria is good, because you get the sense that like things are wrong here, but it's not the big show.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of like, for that scene, I wanted to kind of like establish that like this isn't like the sort of game where you go talk to the authorities or you like
Sure.
It's not we're not doing like a mystery investigation. Like things are already like fucked up and this is like a crime scene. So that's what I was trying to like establish with like, oh, there's nobody here, and blah blah blah. Like let's see. Okay, so I set out for this game. I was trying to stay away from you see and you hear.
Sure.
I really like I think I flubbed a lot of them where it was like yeah, you see this, you see that, blah, blah, blah. Like, so it's just a habit that I'm trying to work on.
Yeah, and that's a noble thing to want to work on. It's one of those things that, of course, you get so used to doing it that it's such a hard habit to break. It wasn't so distracting. I don't necessarily mind it so long as you're not like physically moving our characters around. That's really the more important aspect of that. You know, it's not so much the you see, but it's the as you look up.
Exactly. Like I was kind of thinking about that. To get a little aside, I think I was talking in Discord like how I don't think that you see and you hear is a big deal.
Yeah.
But upon further reflection, like it tends to be that if you're a dungeon master, it tends to go into like if you looked out the window, you would see this sort of thing. So it's like that's kind of like the slippery slope. Like I won't tell anyone what they think or feel, but like if you peeked your head out the window, you would see this. Like that's kind of the slippery slope that I could see happening.
I am very guilty of that. That used to be my big that was my big hurdle with that is it's all the hypothetical stuff, you know.
It's hard to it's hard because it flows very easily.
Yes.
He says, well, I look. Okay, well, you see.
Yeah.
So it takes a conscious effort to make new patterns.
Okay. Just other random thoughts. So what I wanted to do is wanted to have two combatants for the cultist and zombie thing. Do you guys feel like that worked out, or was that like too confusing or disjointed? What do you guys think?
I liked it. I have trouble I have just trouble with spatial awareness in general, but I think it worked because there's that moment where I'm in the middle, like Josiah and Enoch are both occupied, and I can choose either fight to be a part of.
And that was a really cool thing about it. Like I don't know how it felt for you, Jacob. Let's change our names back because I'm gonna start calling you Enoch and Hermes.
I like the name Enoch, but
that's good. But the it was sort of a cool moment where our focuses were on different things, and Hermes was kind of in the middle, stuck between the two. I think it really ended up being a cool aspect of it, you know.
I really like that. I did like that part, and I also wanted to be like, okay, I want to make sure, I want to feel like in character I would know that this like zombie was kind of rising, you know, so I don't want to feel too cheesy about that, but I kind of felt like I was kind of assessing at that time too. I didn't want that to be too cheesy, but also I was like, when I like come back to your character, Uriah, and you're fighting, you like jump on top of him or something. I think I was lost there because I thought he was like hidden or something.
There was a little hiccup there.
That was a small hiccup, but like it's fine to roll with it. Like, oh, you found him. All right, great.
Yeah, cool. Hey, shoot him.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I was wondering too. I was like with the arcade machines. I was like so bad. I was thinking like if you put like a coin in this or something, I was like, are we gonna play some demons? Are they gonna like be in a game or something? I really struggled to like at first with it was a struggle though with the whole like tone component is like I mean I kind of started to get it later, but I was like, oh, that part I really struggled with understanding my character, you know, until later. I was like, okay, I should have had these people like knew my grandfather or something, you know. Like made sense.
I think it all worked out. And even if it was something like where we didn't know your granddad, the fact that you called it your granddad's gun told us everything we needed to know.
Like
that was you talk about evocative, that was more than enough to demonstrate the kind of background your character had, the sort of the values that your character had, what your character considers to be important. Like that all wrapped up in that one little description.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent.
Yeah.
Also, like, it's fun because it is a one shot that you can kind of like, you can make the choice for the group.
Sure.
Yeah.
What like we all went that summer camp and we all learned about demons, or that one summer where we had to fight that demon. Like, or you could be like, oh, we're part of like this the OSI secret anti-demon organization. That's always fun for a one shot because it's like, okay, great. Like, you don't
let's roll with it,
Yeah.
So
that's fun.
You get to make up in-jokes retroactively.
Yes. Yeah.
Like Uriah does the astral projection thing, and every time Hermes asks, "How's the weather?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
For actually a question about the astral projection thing.
Yes.
So I said a response that could be interpreted as a no, but it was also kind of what I was intending is that like there's like an obstacle that you would have to interact with to get to the fourth floor astrally. Was that clear, or was that just like making me seem like I was like, no, fuck off, like you don't get to astrally project?
No, I mean, it did kind of come across like that at first, but of course, I try not to attribute malice to, the first thing. So I think I definitely didn't, I didn't take it that way. Even though it was at first, it was like, okay, but it made sense, and the whole idea of like the astral plane or the concept of astral projection, it's wishy-washy anyways. So it worked. It fit. I wasn't caught off guard or offended by it. So it was fine.
I liked that response because the answer is the weather is real bad up there. Actually.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of crap going on now. Initially, at first, so when you first made mention of all the different summoning portals, I at first thought you were talking about on the fourth floor. There's a bunch of summoning portals.
Oh, okay.
So like, there's a lot of people up there.
Yeah. What I was thinking of, and this wasn't clear, but I didn't want to do like an explanation. What I was thinking of is that basically this is like the devil themed shopping center.
Yeah.
So that has a lot of pentagram motifs.
Sure.
And all of those
makes sense. Yeah.
And potentially be like summon evil demons. So like it was like this crazy thing where it's like, okay, in the bathroom there's like, a pentagram on the wall.
Yes. Yeah.
So like that could summon a demon, and that is projecting into the astral plane as an obstacle as well. So I was imagining kind of like this network of all these like crazy summoning circles.
Yeah.
But it was hard to like, I didn't want to be like, and here's how it really is. Like,
well, I mean, you could have, I mean, I would not have been offended if you had said the countless pentagrams are, you could have, if you would have said pentagram, I would have gone, oh duh, obviously,
yeah. I could have said like in your astral vision, the lipstick display before you with the pentagram on it, it glows brightly, and throughout your immediate perception.
The dozens of pentagrams are portals in waiting. Any disturbance of them could cause an unwanted response or something. But yeah, no, I think it went fine. I do want to talk about this. So when Gale fumbled his divining roll, I think I stepped on your toes with my intent was to basically co-create, like be the reason for his fumble.
Oh, okay.
So like the reason he fumbled is because he didn't even really get to do it because I was there snatching it out of his hand. That sort of
Oh, okay.
it ended up working out, and I freaking loved the half-eaten body falling from the ceiling. That was freaking amazing. I loved that. That was great.
Yeah.
But that was kind of my intention. So I apologize if I like stepped on your toes at all.
Yeah, I interpreted that as kind of like you see him fuck up and you're like, hey, buddy,
sure,
try opening your eyes.
It could work either way, honestly. I mean it would work either way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was fun.
Yeah.
Any other notes?
There were a couple more things I didn't want to talk about. Of course, with us being, us kind of being a new group, we have some new people. It's understandable to sort of have that, like, is anybody going to say anything? Those moments, But I will say, Gale, take your turns, man.
Okay.
There were a lot of times where we're just kind of waiting. And it is your turn technically, kind of in the turn. Obviously, we kind of got away from the round robin thing, which the round robin is kind of debatable as far as quality goes. But it had been a while since we had taken a turn, and both me and Jacob were just kind of quiet, and we're kind of waiting for you to do something. So I'm like, I guess I'll keep talking.
Yeah. So
sorry about that.
Yeah, no. Let me try to add something that can help with the pressure a lot, which is basically if you've seen the guys on the YouTubes talking about anchoring. Anchoring is just like all you're doing is you're doing nothing. You just say and it can be like really simple, and it can be character relevant. So like imagine if Gale was a smoker, and you say Gale rolls his eyes and takes a puff from a cigarette. Or Gale staring at the button takes a puff from a cigarette. Like all you don't have to like. I feel like a lot of times when you're taking turns, you have to stress out about I need to contribute to the exciting imagination.
This turn has to be meaningful in some way.
It doesn't have to be like that at all.
Not
all
at
you have to do is like, for example, like if I'm in a scene with Uriah. And Uriah's got like some sort of great idea, and I'm like, I'm not sure what to do. Well, that can be what my character does. Like,
and
I lean against the wall and I watch Uriah's character do something. So like anchoring is super useful in just kind of like it's essentially and people will interpret that as saying pass, which is random, like
kind of
But
you did a good job. There were a couple moments where you just simply said he doesn't respond, or while you're waiting, that sort of thing. So
those are perfect.
You did a good job of kind of like telegraphing, like, I don't know what to do in this moment, which is fine. That's totally fine. I as long as we're keeping track of where we are, like what's happening around us, keeping that in mind whenever we're thinking about pacing, like how quickly we want to step in and kind of take our turns, because it kind of kills the momentum when there's things happening around us and we're all just kind of sitting there like not talking. If that makes sense.
Personally, I'm on an arc. I used to like talk over people a lot. And now I'm doing that less, but I'm struggling to find the right balance.
Sure. I'm the kind of person. So when it comes to me GMing, I am a-okay with players stepping over top of me. Like I'm okay with them just kind of taking the reins and rolling with it. If I'm ever running a game for you guys and I start talking and you start talking, I'm gonna let you go. So there's gonna be that awkward pause, and I'm just gonna tell you to go for it, unless it is something like so immediate that's happening that if the timing is off or whatever, if it wouldn't make sense for the timing as far as that goes.
That's the trouble, because I don't want to interrupt, because like Uriah does something and then Chris responds to that, but I don't want to like interrupt that, so I have to find the right place.
Sure. Yeah. And it's something that tends to get better with time. Like the more we do it, the more we play with each other, the more you'll get used to it. I remember I go back and I'll watch, some of the early NPCs we did, and they're just pause fests, just constantly waiting for somebody to do something. And then what ends up happening, and I'm really guilty of this, is because I want to keep things moving, I'll just start talking if there's too long of a pause, and it ends up becoming the Uriah show, and it's already enough of the Uriah show. So, kind of keeping that pace up, and, thinking about the just what's happening in the moment. I would rather us step on each other's toes than for us to be sitting around waiting. That's kind of
there were a few or several places where I could have said, I follow him.
Sure.
But I guess I do have to get used to just butting in there, because it feels too small to say.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
It helps.
I would say just do an anchoring thing. Just puff on a cigarette.
Yeah.
Do something that's character relevant. Like your guys' vibe is going to be something, right? You're kind of like you're a mystic, so you're going to be like looking at or you're going to be checking your artifacts. You're going to be like, holding the cross or something like that. So like what I would say is just whatever you're kind of like stuck, you're not sure what to do, is just anchor. And that's perfect.
Dom, I mean, he might be joking, but like that's actually a really good way to think about it. Yeah. I'm the kind of person that, because, and I know we're like stepping all over Jacob right now. He hasn't had the chance to say much of anything, but we'll give him the floor after this. But
I'm fine listening.
With the 4D style, we really harp on the idea that we are in control of our characters. Mm-hmm. So whenever those little details of I follow him, those kind of do matter, even if it sounds small, or if it sounds pedantic or repetitive. It is important to kind of at least give your 2 cents in that moment in order to display the intent of your actions.
I will say on the subject of anchoring and how it relates to characterization, learning a character, it's like it's hard to anchor well as that character until you learn them.
Sure.
And I don't usually learn a character especially well, like what makes them tick, until like after an hour of play. So it gets better later.
Sure. And that's completely normal. That is the way that it always ends up being.
Absolutely. I would say that's true, but you also like you don't really need to have something big or something great to anchor. Like I'll give like one reason why I had the olives thing in that game is that if people start talking about something I don't want to contribute to, or my character has no business in it, or like I personally as a player think it's boring, I'll just put that out there, that sometimes in games there's going to be stuff that's going to be like, oh, I don't like this part, so I'm doing this. I'm eating olives or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, so it's really kind of like a tool where you can be there and you can give yourself a little minor thing, or give yourself a null thing. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but it's just like you're there. You're announcing your intention, which is to do nothing. It's eat olives.
Yeah.
So I would say kind of like you don't have to have high expectation for your anchoring actions. It can add to your character, but it can also just be.
I think to kind of close out this part of the conversation, because I want to talk about Jacob's character, because I have some really cool stuff to say.
Okay, you first. I want to talk about this statement of Bleakness.
Yes, and me too. That's what I want to talk about.
So for me, it's an archetype that I don't play very often. The junk mystic.
Sure.
I thought that was cool. I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's an archetype I like, but it's not one I have experience in. So even leaning on the archetype is difficult.
Right. Yeah.
Sure. So there's that.
But I think it's good, because when we think in broad terms of the archetype, we have the broad strokes. We can at least know, okay, if my guy is the doofus barbarian, okay, he might be picking his nose in any random moment, right? Whatever is happening, you start from broad and you get to specific. But yeah, so Jacob's character I thought was really, really neat.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you, so when your character died, did you actually run out of strikes, or was that something you co-created?
Well, I just felt like I was bleeding out from my neck and I couldn't get any healing, and I was starting to feel this fever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a little ambiguous. I wasn't trying to say you are dead now, but
Right.
I was gonna like say you're impaired, or I was conceiving you as kind of like impaired.
Yeah.
Like, but like, really, it's up to you. It's a one shot, and we were clearly heading towards the end.
Yeah, I kind of just felt like my character was like he'd already taken a few strikes there. He had a couple strikes left.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of bleeding out, and I felt like there's this moment where it was like I was thinking about like drama too in that sense. Still trying to play to the character, but it was like he's dying. He he hasn't been able to fulfill this idea of like vengeance for his grandfather, essentially. Like he's kind of almost like it's almost like he failed to meet that sort of that moment, and I don't know.
Yeah,
so I just figured he'd be dying.
I was trying to figure out like I think it was a fantastic choice if you lived, and it was a fantastic choice if you died there. So like I was agnostic on that. I was trying to kind of like somehow intimate that you were impaired or you've got this fever happening now. But I was also thinking, okay, actually, this is related to another thing that happened, which is if I had said, it's 104 degrees, it's really hot, everyone make a body check. Is that that would be kind of like, I don't know. I decided not to do that just because it was like I didn't want to like kind of like
that's
force
tough,
the hazard, and it's non-obvious hazard, and it's like,
Sure.
oh well, my character's fine, or something like
well,
that.
We probably could have done better with just role playing that aspect better. I'm speaking for myself. Of course, I described that there was sweat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know,
like the tears that you couldn't see because they're like sweating. I was like,
yeah. But the kind of that oppressive heat, that sort of thing. It's a little. I wouldn't have mind had you had us roll body, and then whether we succeed or fail, we kind of role play that out in the moment, kind of interpreting it for our own selves.
Yeah.
Of course, with the understanding being like if you fail your body roll, you're gonna be hurting, like you're gonna be rough,
right?
Right.
Well, it was very mechanistic.
Yes.
And I was actually my original thought, which is how I would do it in D&D, which is make a body save or take a penalty to your attacks.
Yeah.
But like that's very not immersive to say.
Yeah. And we kind of had the same thing where I got the critical success on the protection roll.
Yeah, that was confusing.
And then I co-created that I gave the same ability to Gale's character kind of in that moment. And there was a bit of a hiccup. Magic is one of those tough things that it's hard to explain mechanically how it impacts and how now here's the thing. I played in a Shadow Dart game with Crispy and some other guys, and the social contract we have that we used at that table, it was a little less like rigid about the concept of using mechanical talk. Basically how it was worded, it's we use enough mechanical talk to express what it is we're aiming for, and then we get right back into being in character. That way we're not trying to be any, like, we're not trying to be these elitists, like, well, we can't have any mechanical talk whatsoever, that sort of thing. I'm not saying that that's like that's what we're aiming for, but it why add any extra headache if it's not necessary? You know what I mean?
I will say, I think one thing I really appreciated about this format is the ability to sort of test these kind of scenarios, like things that, it's like it's a good opportunity to see like, kind of things break kind of character. And then also things like, it's like being able to push those bounds and see like, what kind of things just like don't work well, like such as like when you do UC, right? And kind of being able to like play with those bounds, and see that kind of stuff is really, it's really interesting without it being like, end of the world, right? Like it's
for sure.
You gotta talk about it right after.
In this case, I don't think I had any issues at all dealing with magic adjudication.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was pretty straightforward. I think everyone just kind of like did abilities that made sense, and like I made sense of them affecting the world. So I thought it was pretty good. Like the magic oil that fixed the elevator.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was awesome. That was
a fantastic idea. Yeah. I wasn't sure how you guys were gonna fix the elevator, but that was definitely an awesome part. I
like that a lot.
Yeah. So like, in this case, like I think we had a lot of magic and it worked out great. Like I don't think there was any sort of, I guess you could say there was a glitch with the astral projection thing, but I think that worked okay.
It worked itself out. Yeah, it worked itself out. It all ended up making sense in the end, and I wasn't offended by it. It is getting rather late. I don't want to keep y'all for too much longer than needed. We can always chat after the fact, but as is tradition, we did Modern Fantasy. So, Chris, it is your call, buddy. What do you want to replace Modern Fantasy with?
Let's see.
And you are more than welcome to actually pick from any of the previous ones that we've had.
Yeah.
If anything catches your eye and has not already been put back up there.
What was the concept that I had? Oh, let's see. Do we have this here? Okay. We're gonna do James Bond-esque.
Ooh, like spy.
Yes, like, but specifically James Bond. I'll just over specify it. The Soviet era James Bond. So just kind of like Russians versus Americans. I think that's that thing.
What was the Bleaknik? I think it was noted what was the pop culture reference?
I have no idea. I think it was when I was. Ooh, that's a good way to put it. Cold War espionage. I want to say it was when I had those capsules that you could bite down on and make holy water spit. Oh, holy hand
grenade.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I knew that was a phrase in pop culture. I just didn't know what or like where it came from.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's okay. I want to mention that one because my character has seen a lot of magical junk in his time. He used to have a holy hand grenade.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, it's Monty Python.
Okay, it's not exactly a durable item.
Sure.
Yeah. I was thinking like, oh shit. Okay, actually, I have I'm in a D&D game and I came up with a cleric idea, and the idea was this is like the god of revelry, but it would like turn into the god of like riots and rebellion.
Oh wow!
So his holy water is actually holy Molotovs. Is the idea?
Nice.
So like you bless the distilled brandy.
Nice.
And so it's multi-purpose. You put the rag in it, you throw it, or it's holy water, holy liquid.
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny in Baptistic history. So, like in Western, in American evangelicalism, you have the Baptist denomination, and Southern Baptists are notorious for being like teetotalers, like total dry. You know, they don't drink or do anything. But some of the early, so the name Elijah Craig, if that sounds familiar, that is a brand of whiskey. It's a brand of bourbon. Elijah Craig was a Baptist minister
I see.
who made his money, who funded ministry by making brandy or bourbon and selling. Yeah. So you're onto something, man. But
yeah.
Cool. Well, that will be it for this episode of the Ultimate No Prep Challenge. Dude, it is so good to have new faces here. Gail and Jacob, thank you all so much for joining. I will be kicking around the idea of making opting in or out to GM a permanent choice, just to get, because if y'all are able to kind of be a regular face in this, that is going to be such a help for you all in your 4D role-playing journey. But yeah, that is all for us. For the folks who popped in, we had a couple people pop in. Nicholas popped in, but he had to leave. Of course, Bleak Nick Bacon. I don't know if he's still listening to this while writing. But in any case, thank you, folks, for checking this out. To the folks who are watching this after the fact, thank you all so much for watching. Go check out the system that we use when we play Ultimate No Prep Challenges. You can get this system for yourself. All you have to do, you can go to the link in the description. It's the first link in the description. You can pick it up there. It's completely free. Or if you can't be fuddled with clicking a link, you can go to Google and just look up UNPC RPG, and it'll be the first thing that pops up. That is the sickest. Like, that's one of my biggest achievements. I put a thing out, and it's the first thing that shows up on Google. But yeah, y'all can get this system and play this game for yourselves. It's a super simple D100 system. But yeah, enough jabbing from me. Thanks, guys, for
let me say something real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I want to play with both of you guys again. I want to play with Uriah again. I want to let's do this again next week if you can.
Yeah,
and I'm serious, and I'll see you around the 4D Discord.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it'll be a good time. But you folks take care, and peace and God bless. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Take care.